Kilobyte here, and in this video I'm going to do a review of this 2023 Mazda MX-5 Grand Touring. Now there's some other videos out there doing reviews of these, and some of them are alright, others they just got it wrong. And I can say that because I happen to own one. Alright, it's not a 23, it's a 19. But I can give you the correct information about these. And I want to say a special thanks to Nelson Mazda for loaning me this Grand Touring soft top. Link is in the description. So the MX-5 Miata is obviously a small sports car and a convertible. One of Mazda's top priorities was weight. Keep the weight down. So they weigh 2,300 to 2,450. That's right, they are that light. The soft top manual is about 2,300 pounds. The RF top adds about 100 pounds. And the automatic, which this one has, adds about 50 pounds. So my Club RF weighs 2,400 and like 8 pounds. I know this because I had it weighed when it was corner balanced, which, by the way, a Miata is already really close on the corner balancing, and it's got real close to 50-50 front to rear weight balance. So it's a sports car above all things. Now real quick on the looks, it's got a couple options. You got the soft top here, which looks great in the metallic gray. You got the RF, that's retractable fastback, which looks great in the Soul Red Crystal. I think they nailed it with the ND looks. It's just got a great look, a great flow. I'm always asked, what is it? Because people didn't even realize it was an MX-5 Miata. So being a sports car, suspension is huge. These have double wishbone, aluminum wishbones, with an aluminum knuckle on the front that saves weight. The rear is a 5-link, and they both are set up so that they will maintain camber when the wheels travel. When that suspension travels, not only are you saving the unsprung weight, they maintain camber better than like a strut, which is really good for your handling. Autocross, track, the Miata is the most raced car in the world. There's a reason for it. It does great. So just a week or two ago, I put out a video with my Miata. Now granted, it's modded. It's got coilovers and sway bars and things at the Corvette track. And it did great. So they come standard with a 6-speed manual, which is a really good short shifting manual. It's got great feel. The clutch is actually pretty light because, well, it's got 151 pounds of torque on the engine. So it's not gonna burn up the clutch, even being light. So it's got good feel. It has an option on the Grand Touring of an automatic. That's a 6-speed automatic, not a CVT. So it has paddle shifters. You don't have to use them, but you can use them. So in autocross, you want to be able to do 60 miles an hour in second gear, so you don't have to shift. Most autocross tracks, you don't go over 60. With the paddle shifters, you can shift it into that second. It's going to hold second, and you can complete your autocross, most likely run with it in second gear. Or if you're on the track, you can upshift and downshift like a Formula One driver. And it's got a sports mode that'll hold the RPM longer as opposed to the economy default mode, which, you know, gives you a little better MPG. And if you get the manual transmission, you'll get Bilstein shocks, which will give it a firmer ride. So the automatic has a very smooth ride. My wife loves it. Smooth. But you get a little more body roll. On the manual, you'll get a Bilstein shock, which gives it a firmer ride. It also allows them to add a brace underneath the transmission. It doesn't fit under the automatic, so it's not there. To stiffen it up just a little more, so you get just a little less body roll with the 6-speed manual. So both the Grand Touring and the Club come with a 2-liter 4-cylinder. So in 2019, Mazda upgraded that 2-liter engine to rev higher and freer. Gave it 181 horsepower at 7,000 RPM. Red line is 7,500. 151 pounds of torque. I think it's at 4,000. Now, I've heard some people say that it's lost torque on the low end compared to the 16 through 18, the ND2 Miatas. But what I found on mine is when it was new, before it broke in, yeah, it felt sluggish at low RPM. So at about 500 miles, when that engine broke in, that freed that low end torque up, and it was much better with the low end torque. And I'm pretty sure that it's just as much low end torque as the 16 to 18 is, only this also will rev to 7,500. Now you might be thinking, it's only 181 horsepower. Well, don't forget, that car only weighs 2,400 pounds. That power to weight ratio is really good, and it pulls above its weight, so to speak. I believe it was Car and Driver that said it'll do 5.7, 0 to 60. Now, the car will do that. Whether the driver can do that, that's something else. When I timed mine, I was really close to that. And mine's the RF, which is 100 pounds heavier, so that's about a tenth in the quarter. Let's talk about quality. If you follow Consumer Reports quality rankings, you know Mazda's way up there. In fact, I'm quite sure it was 19 that the MX-5 was the best quality car made in America, according to Consumer Reports. And Mazda stayed up there in the quality. I've had no issues with mine. There was a fuel pump recall, but that's it. The soft top has a lot less buffering than the RF with the top down on the interstate. And there are no blind spots with the top down. Top up, you get a little bit. The RF has a little bit of blind spot over the left shoulder, but they both have the blind spot warnings. Well, they're just a joy to drive. My wife told me that this one was more fun than mine because it still has the stock suspension. And she may be right. All right, let's put the top up for the return trip. Oh, and I should have mentioned, it's that easy to open and close the top. It's definitely more fun with the top down. I mean, no kidding. It's a lot of fun. Coming up to a stop sign here, I'm going to put the top down. I would never do this in the RF. You don't have time. Top down. Summer in the city. 70 miles an hour. Soft top is smooth, the airflow is smooth, whereas the RF, it hits these sides and gets kind of buffeted, so you get hit more with it and it's louder around your head and ears. And that's why I have these. Normally I'd put those in if I was doing on the interstate with the top down in the RF. So my general rule is interstate, for for more than a couple miles, I'll have the top closed on the RF. If I'm doing just the highway, you know, 55, 60, it's not a big deal for a length of time, but it kind of wears on you, the buffeting noise. All right, put the top up. Now I have the Roadster Sport Race exhaust. 60. Probably hear my exhaust actually. It's I'd slow down for 70. There's 70. You can hear the exhaust now with the top up. And there is some wind noise, but it's less than with the soft top up. It's not bad. It's not bad at all in here. You can listen to the radio. You can have a conversation with the top up in either one, soft top or the RF. But the RF is a little quieter inside, I think. I guess I'll see what the decibel meter says when I look at the video. Now mine is highly customized. The Miata, you can do all kinds of customization to it, from your cosmetic things. Like on mine, I have the things, the daytime running lights, I have those on all the time. They're on half power at night. I have a light strip on the trunk. I've got little things that are like the airbag, passenger airbag light. I got a little cover on it. I have videos for most of these. But I also have coilovers and aftermarket sway bars. So mine is quite stiff. I'm having a bad day. Get in the Miata, take a short drive, and I'm happy. Honestly, it puts a smile on my face every time. And I don't have to break the law to do it. Oh, this will be fun. They got that side is blocked, so this will be fun. That's all right. Miata. Miata is always the answer. So let's look at some of the differences between the Grand Touring and the Club. The Grand Touring has this dark silver 17-inch wheel, while the Club comes with a metallic black. The tires are 205 45 17. The Grand Touring has colored mirrors as opposed to black ones on the Club, and the RF has colored side pillars here going across the top, whereas the soft top is black. So the soft tops for 2023 are all black. I'm not aware of any special editions that have a different color. So the Grand Touring has the little small lip on both sides of the front and nothing on the back, whereas the Club comes with a front lip and a rear trunk lip. Now on the Club, for $4,500 more, you can get the Brembo front brakes. Those bright red things, they're huge, 4-piston, and honestly, they're more than the car needs. It just doesn't weigh that much, but they look good, and they allow really fast brake pad changes. I've got a video on that. The rear brakes are also red, as opposed to your stock silver ones. And they have the BBS forged 17-inch aluminum alloy wheels in dark gunmetal. They're the same 7-inch wide as the stock ones. The Aero kit, that gives you the side seal extensions, the rear bumper skirt there. No, not the diffuser. That was mine. That's an add-on. And the heated black Recaro sport seats. They're really, really comfortable, but I think all MX-5 seats are comfortable. But these have high bolstering in the sides, both on the back and on the seat. That makes it harder to get in and out, but it also holds you in place. So if you're autocrossing or tracking, they hold you in place nicely. And the Alcara, I forget how to pronounce it, fabric also keeps you in place. So the Grand Touring and the Club both come stock with the twin tip exhaust. Now this is an automatic, so it just has the stock dampers, shocks, whereas if it was a manual, it'd come with Bilstein shocks. With the stock shocks, the ride on this is very smooth. You put the Bilsteins on it, it's a firmer ride and you'll feel the road more, but you get better handling and less roll. In 2022, Mazda added the kinematic posture control to the MX-5s in order to try to control roll. What this does is it lightly applies the rear inside brake on high G corners, and that pulls down a little bit on that corner to try to keep the roll down. So I didn't notice it when I was driving, but I wasn't driving that aggressively. It's a new car, but from what I've read, it's supposed to improve body roll by about 25%. The colors, there's the Soul Red Crystal Metallic, such as this one here on the left. The Machine Gray Metallic, that's the one on the right. Jet Black Mica. Zircon Sand Metallic, I believe that's the new color for this year. Snow White Pearl Mica. Platinum Quartz Metallic, and on the Club, you can also get Deep Crystal Blue Mica. One thing really cool on the MX-5 is they carry the paint on the Club and Grand Touring into the interior, so you'll see that the red's here and the grays here. The Sport does not. The Grand Touring has these stainless steel inserts, whereas the Club does not. And by the way, this does come with floor mats, they're just not installed. There's a sticker on this Grand Touring automatic. 30 miles per gallon combined, 26 city, 35 highway. The manual is actually 34 highway. So as you see, it's a 23 Mazda MX-5 Grand Touring, Machine Gray Metallic, interior black. You can see hopefully all the equipment that it comes with. Got leather seats in the Grand Touring. They come with black and silver stitching. There's an optional terracotta Napa leather seat for the Grand Touring. The Club's stock seats are black cloth with the silver stitching. The Grand Touring has an auto dimming driver side mirror, and it's got a home link mirror. You can save your garage door opener signals on these buttons. And both sides have a mirror. So the automatic has a sport mode, that will have it rev higher in the range. In non-sport mode, it's more for economy. Flip it to sport mode, and that'll let it rev all the way to red line. It also has paddle shifters here, so you can move the shifter over to manual and manually paddle shift it. It has auto wipers and auto lights, so if you have them on auto, when it rains, it'll turn them on as needed, and with your lights, it will turn them on also when it senses it getting dark out. It's got automatic climate control, but you can actually control it manually. On auto, you just turn it to the temperature you want, and it'll try to keep it at that temperature. Or you can set the fan to how you want it and have the air go as you want it, like a manual control. It does have heated seats. There's your USB connections. You can connect your phone directly there for CarPlay, or it has wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. They both have a 7-inch full color touchscreen. Of course, you've got your Bluetooth phone, or you can connect to CarPlay or Android Auto. There's your phone communications, your music, apps, nav. So the Grand Touring does come with nav. It's not installed on this yet. I wanted to show you that it does have CarPlay, and it is a touch screen. Allow you to go back and forth. However, when you get over 6 miles an hour, the touchscreen stops working and you got to use your controls. Obviously, we're in my Club. It does have a low front. It's lower. The controls are similar to like the BMWs, and they will allow you to move around the screen. And you've got your volume control, mute. You can hit the music, it'll switch it over to music. I can go to nav, that'll switch it over to nav. Home, that'll bring it to home. You got your favorites and return. Now, I don't have any problem bumping these. Some people say that they bump them. I've never bumped them. I mean, they're too low, and even with the manual, my arm's above it. So they work well, but you do lose the touch screen, and I think it's above 6 miles an hour. Just some of the safety features: your dual front airbags, side impact airbags, side impact door beams. Both come with smart city brake support. So basically, if you're going, I think it's 30 miles an hour or less, and it senses that you're about to hit somebody, it'll auto apply the brakes for you. On the backup cam, it has the rear cross traffic alert. So it has blind spot monitoring here, and same on the other side. So those will light up when it senses a car in your blind spot. And if you put your turn indicator on that direction, it'll beep at you to let you know someone is there. It does have an engine immobilizer, so you can't just easily still them. So the buttons for the lane keep assist here, traction control here, and it has auto dimming headlights, so you can push them forward for your brights, and it will auto dim when it senses another car coming. Just push button start, and you will notice TAC is in the middle. Miata. Speedometer's over here, and your information gauge is over here. And of course it has controls on the steering wheel for your voice input, info to change your gauge. You want to see one of the other gauge to skip and go back on songs, volume control, answer, hang up, and of course it has cruise control. So something added in 2019. Pull that down and watch the magic. You can push it in, pull it out, raise and lift it, of course. Letting you bring it in makes a big difference. It also will help getting in and out if you need it. In the Club, you don't have the automatic climate control. It's all manual. So it's just a manual setting. It works well. The RF, you've got this is your control to raise and lower it. Stock, you do have to hold this until it is done, and it's 13 seconds. The Club also has the heated seats, 3 levels, and 2 USB plugs here. This is where your nav chip would go, and wireless CarPlay or Android Auto. And Club has the same steering controls. You just don't have the auto wipers and the auto lights. It has the tire pressure warning. Mine is just on because I had my track tires on it. I just put my stock wheels back on and I haven't driven it, so it hasn't picked it up yet and cleared. It's got a wind blocker here. You can remove it if you wish. On the RF, it has this plastic. It's not the black mesh like the soft top, it's the plastic. It's a little bit larger. So the Miata does not have a glove box per se. It has a little center pocket, holds a little bit of stuff. So this is your glove box. It does lock. And it does go on the soft top. This goes way back in here. And behind each seat on the soft top, you have these cubby holes. And they go way back in the soft top. So over in the RF, it doesn't go near as far. Well, I mean, it's still decent size, but it doesn't go as far. And yes, I have a shelf in mine. And if we look behind the seats, it has a cubby hole holder, but it does not go near as far back. And it doesn't have one, RF does not have one behind the driver's seat. Here's the trunk. It's not real big. There's your emergency tire repair kit. It is basically a small compressor and some tire goo that you can squirt in. I've got a video on how to use that. It's not real big, but it is enough room for a couple people to take a long weekend trip. We've done it. Use soft luggage and you can squeeze that in there. It is also, you'll notice, cart size. Yep. So basically a cart of groceries will fit in here, not a problem. The cup holders are removable. You can have them there. That can get in your way when you're shifting. So if you don't like them here, you can put one here. The driver's side one will go here. Now it may interfere with your passenger's legs, and it doesn't hurt to have a extra storage there that I added. So both Grand Touring and Club come with a 9-speaker audio system that has Autopilot. Autopilot will increase the volume based upon the noise level, which is pretty cool. Both headrests right here. You can see they have speakers. There's 2 speakers here, 2 speakers over on the passenger side. So when you're talking on the phone to somebody, you'll actually hear them through here. There's a subwoofer in the passenger footwell. And the catalytic converter bulge right here takes some of the foot room away. So premium is recommended. Premium recommended. However, it is not required, so you can use a lower grade. You just won't get quite as much performance. So this is locked if the doors are locked. So I'm at Nelson Mazda in Murfreesboro. Show you a few of the other cars so you can see them. This one is the blue, that dark blue on the Club with the BBS package. So it's a 2023 RF. It is sold, but I'll show it to you. There's a sticker. Gorgeous car. It's the deep crystal blue metallic. It's probably too much glare. You see the new Recaros with the gray or silver highlights. So here in the showroom, we've got this Grand Touring in Soul Red Crystal. You can tell it's a Grand Touring because the mirrors are body colored. It's got the dark silver wheels, and the soft top has that black window surround matching the black roof. And I'm pretty sure this is a 6-speed. Yeah, it's the manual, I should say. They just got in 2 more. Grand Touring black RF. Hasn't been prepped or anything. But you can get some idea what it looks like here. And the white one. These 2 were just unloaded. RF as well. Grand Touring. Oh, I didn't notice if that was a auto or a stick on the other one. This one, oh, this one's got the terracotta. Check out the white, the accent with the black, and then that terracotta Napa leather seats. It's a nice one. So I hope that was helpful. Hopefully it gives you a better idea of what to look for when you're looking for an MX-5. I love mine. I came from muscle cars and Integras and Eclipse as well, and I've even had Jeeps. I've still got a 70 Chevelle, but this is what I love to drive. If I were to get rid of this, I'd definitely get another one. It's just that much fun. It's all about the fun. Practical. It's tiny. It doesn't hold much. I can't go to Lowe's and buy a bunch of dirt or big tools or wood. It just doesn't fit. Well, if you have the soft top, you can put it down and just have it laid across. Don't do that. They are a little 2-door sports car. In fact, if you're much over 6 feet, you'll want to sit in one to make sure you fit. So if you're a little larger, so I fit in the Recaro seats fine. I am 5'10 and a half, weigh 170 pounds. I fit in the Recaros fine. But if those are tight on you, these Grand Touring seats, or even the cloth seats from the regular Club, those are wider, have less bolstering, you'll fit better. So you'll definitely want to try one on. And by the way, you wear these, you don't get in them. All right, I'll stop now. I could talk about them all day, but we got to end this at some point. So I hope that was helpful. If so, please like, subscribe, comment, and if you got any questions, I'll be happy to answer. And let me know in the comments whether you'd prefer the Grand Touring, the Club, soft top, RF. We won't get into the religious debate about automatic or 6-speed manual.